Wrestling with the Homies universe. Today we are talking promos. Who are the best talkers in wrestling history? We'll get all into it on today's episode of Wrestling with the Homies. We talking top five. Now y'all know me, still same OG. It's your boy Qwan the Design. If you don't say the Don, you ain't saying it right. And I got my boy, the coolest man in the world, the king of the casuals, Jay Cooley.
What's good? What is up? Turn up.
What is up, my brother?
Hey, brother, we're here. That's my line.
Cooley. When it comes to promos, right? Where does a wrestler's ability to speak rank for you in terms of star power, in terms of what you look for in a wrestler? Is it everything? Is it the be all end all? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, brother, as much as I love wrestling skills, to me, if you can't cut a promo, then I can't rock with you. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. You got to be able to talk.
I don't know, because one of my favorite wrestlers growing up was Kane, and this man never talked. So I would say
that was a part of the appeal, though. That was a part of the
I would say character, then mic skills for me.
I mean, I feel you, but I almost feel like character and mic skills go hand in hand, because it's like if you got the right character, then it enhances your promos. Because Bryan Danielson wasn't always a good promo. Some people might even argue that Bryan Danielson can't talk really like that, but when he was the new Daniel Bryan and he had the whole vegan gimmick, it kind of enhanced his mic skills because the character just it meshed. He started calling people fickle and throwing glizzies, and it was working.
I can agree with you, because I never thought Roman was a great on mic. Never. Right. And then he became head of the table, and he upped them skills. I'm like, whoa,
right.
okay.
Like, something just changed.
So, yeah, it's hand in hand. Yeah. So definitely mic skills gotta be up top, because that's what brings me in more to you, and then we can get to the in-ring skills, you know. So,
right.
For sure.
So today we are talking about, top 5 talkers in wrestling history. So I'm probably going to be doing a lot of terrible impressions. I can't help it. Whenever these people come up, I just got to do my best to do it. But who didn't make your list? Let's get to that. Before we get to our top 5s, who did you snub? Because it's a lot of people out there that got snubbed, man. Because we only doing 5s. That's tough.
Only 5, man.
Only 5s. I had to snub Raven, and I felt bad about it, because I feel like Raven is one of the reasons we got guys like Bray Wyatt. It's one of the reasons we got guys like Broken Matt Hardy. It's one of the reasons we got guys like Malachi Black. They all kind of took his promo style and ran with it. So the fact that he's not in my top 5, it hurts. But at the same time, it's 5, bro. It's 5.
I snubbed Rock. I know everybody love his.
Wait. Hold up. The Rock is not in your top 5 talkers?
Nah, I snubbed The Rock, man.
Woo!
Damn. Yeah, man. It's tough. It's tough,
It's about to get real interesting if The Rock ain't in it.
And I love Hollywood Rock, his promos and all that, but I snubbed him, man. But we still can, make this list and dish out the weeds and stuff.
Right. We'll see. I definitely ain't got Macho Man on my joint either, which is crazy because, ooh, yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah.
He's the reason why I started eating Slim Jims. Yeah, shout out to Macho Man.
Oh, I never liked Slim Jims, man. It's like a big rod of meat. I'm good. Yeah.
Whoa.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah. That's my Macho Man impression. Probably terrible, but it is what it is. Dig it! Why did he say that?
Hilarious.
Dig it! Snap into a Slim Jim. That man was unhinged.
He was like
definitely not in my top 5
Kool-Aid man, but with wrestling. Come out of nowhere like, oh yeah.
Right. So look, when it came to my list, I have versatility very high when it comes to the ranking that I gave out. Like, I try to give guys who can make me feel every emotion in their promos a spot on this list. And that's kind of the reason why I left Macho Man out, because a guy like Macho Man or even Hulk Hogan, they were great at their promos and what they did, but they only did one thing. A Macho Man promo was not going to make me cry. A Macho Man promo was not going to make me feel real emotions outside of, oh, shit, Macho Man is cutting a crazy promo again. So that's the reason I left him out. I left Hulk Hogan out. I left a lot of people out. And y'all going to see But I guess we can get into this 5, man. You ready? You ready to do this? You ready to compare our 5s before we come up with an official one?
Yeah, I mean, my 5 is based off promo, so yeah, we'll see how my number 5 will be because I based it off promos. But
Like
we'll see,
specific
man.
ones?
We'll see. Yeah, so we'll see.
I bet. All right, so let's get into it. So at number 5, and this is going to be a controversial take, but I had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I could have had him higher on my list. I understand why Cooley left him off. I feel like The Rock is the best trash talker in wrestling history, like bar none. When it comes to trash talking, he was quick with it. He was funny, and it was great. It was hilarious. His biggest downfall is that The Rock was never that versatile. The Rock is not somebody that's going to cut an emotional promo and make me sad. The Rock is not someone that's going to cut a promo and get me fired up. The Rock is just somebody that's going to come out, call the crowd hillbillies and trailer trash, or he's going to make me laugh, make people put their fingers in their nose. And it's great. It was always great and entertaining, but it's kind of one-dimensional. So I had The Rock at number 5.
The Rock at number 5. Sheesh.
Yes, sir.
All right. Since we're doing talkers, I had to change my number 5 because my number 5 was a certain promo with Jay Lethal and Ric Flair together as one.
Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah, that's like my favorite, one of my favorite promos of all time. That's my line. So I mean, if we're going with talkers, I would go with Scott Hall.
Scott Hall?
I would go only because
why? Explain that to me.
Only because that promo in '96 really was great. When he came into the middle of the ring, WCW, and he demanded war. I really enjoyed that, So we're going off promos, man, for me. So that's one of my favorite promos, and I just love
Scott Hall above The Rock, because you said The Rock ain't even on your list, but Scott
Rock not on my
Hall,
list, man.
Mr. Ayo Chico is on your list.
The bad guy. Yes.
I see we already smoking angel dust. We only 10 minutes into the podcast. We already off the hinges, bro.
Scott Hall, man.
Scott Hall. This nigga definitely not making the official list. Ain't no way. So my number 4, I had Austin 316, Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? Because Stone Cold talk like this, and he would chop you down, cut your head off, and that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so. I love Stone Cold, man. I love his promo style. It was rapid fire. It was beat on top of beat on top of beat. But again, I only had him at number 4 because Stone Cold was not going to make me feel those emotions when he talked. He was not going to make me feel sad. He was not going to cut a heartfelt promo. Give me an example of a heartfelt Stone Cold Steve Austin promo right now. Ain't none. He can make me feel like...
I almost cried. I wasn't even born yet. Was I? No, I was like 6.
No, Stone Cold was great. Again, one of the greatest trash talkers in history. His promo style, incredible. He can talk with the best of them. He's one of the best talkers ever. But as far as versatility, that style ain't that versatile. I'm sorry, but it's not.
Well, you were basing on versatility, so that's okay. That's on you.
Right.
So, yeah,
that versatility is big on me. I know you love your specific promos, and that's cool, but I'm a versatility guy. If it ain't versatile, then, I ain't get it out of here. It's a handicap for me. I like an all-around player. You can't just be a good shooter. You got to be a good shooter that can also play some defense and, dish the ball.
Yeah, you a LeBron type. Got it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Greatest of all time. You know the vibes.
Over Kobe. Yeah, I got you.
1,000%.
My number 4 is CM Punk.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
I got CM Punk.
Damn, I snubbed CM Punk.
What?
I just
CM Punk got them. He got them heaters, man. And yes, he's one of those versatile guys. Yeah, and of course he has the most, one of the most famous promos of all time, the pipe bomb. Yep. I'll never forget that moment, bro. My mouth was just like, is this really is this? I was so stuck with the kayfabe stuff. I'm like, is this real? What is going on here? And it was real. It was real.
Right. I definitely thought it was real. Like the fact that I remember that promo making World Star Hip Hop, and back then, like stuff like that didn't make World Star Hip Hop. World Star Hip Hop was going to either post a music video some random viral video or like,
or
the women,
a babe,
yeah, a shorty. World Star Hip Hop post the CM Punk video, and I think it was labeled like wrestler goes off script. And I'm just like,
that's
yo,
crazy.
Is this real? Yo. So the fact that was actually like rehearsed and it was actually a scripted promo. He was supposed to go out there and do that. It was still crazy just because John Cena had to lay in the ring and pretend to be dead. But then John Cena finally just sat up and just sat there and was like, yo, what is he doing? It was a crazy time. That was a crazy time for wrestling.
Bro said his company would be better off after Vince is dead. Like
he was not wrong because hey, and I would never wish death on anybody. Let's get to that. But look how great the company is thriving without Vince McMahon. CM Punk had the right idea, man. Once Vince McMahon is out of the way, the company will be better off. And sure enough, wild. Vince McMahon is out the way and the company is thriving. Damn, shout out to CM Punk. He's probably going to make our official list. I didn't put him on my list, but somebody going to have to get the boot. My number 3. This is going to be very controversial, but I had John Cena. Yes, I had John Cena ahead of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I had John Cena ahead of The Rock. Now, let me explain why, bro. Let me explain why. John Cena might be one of the most versatile talkers in wrestling history because John Cena can go out there and give you that pep rally rah-rah speech that fires up the crowd. He can go out there and give you that emotional speech that's going to make you cry. Or he can just go out there and chop your head off. Whenever John Cena said fine speech to a wrestler, you knew he was about to chop their head off. He did it to The Rock. He did it to CM Punk. He did it to Austin Theory recently. He did it to Roman Reigns, had Roman Reigns stumbling over his lines. Roman didn't know what to say. He was cooked. He got under The Rock's skin so much that The Rock had to go back home and record a promo in front of his camera because he got called out for having his notes written on his wrist. Like, John Cena was that guy. But on top of all that, he could rap. John Cena was coming out spitting bars at one point. This man is so goddamn versatile. He could be number 1 on my list, to be honest.
Wow.
But I got him at number 3. John goddamn Cena.
Mark Wahlberg ain't never made me cry. I don't know what you talking about. He ain't never. Marky Mark ain't never made me cry. Shout out to John Cena, man.
Big shouts out to John Cena, the GOAT, the greatest of all time.
My number 3 is Austin 316, man.
Okay.
Austin. Yeah, he's my number 3. You know, like I said, man.
What?
That he invented the what chant.
What? I hate that.
Great on the mic. And that King of the Ring promo, man. Talk about your Psalms. Talk about John 316. Austin 316 says, "I just whip your ass."
That was crazy,
man. That was fire. Unscripted fire, man. Shout out to Jake.
That might be the
Snake
coldest
as well.
bar. That might be the coldest bar in wrestling history. Because honestly, when you think about it, what's a colder bar than that? And Austin 316 says, "I just whipped your ass." That's crazy.
Then played on alcoholism. Yeah, saying, "Go get your Thunderbird." Like, come on, bro.
That was foul. Number 3. He didn't have to do Jake the Snake like that. Is Jake the Snake? What is Jake the Snake up to these days? Is he still around?
I think he is.
Like he didn't pass away, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did. Shout out to Jake the Snake. I remember watching what was that wrestling documentary? The one was it Beyond? It was Beyond the Mat. Beyond the Mat, where they kind of covered the downfall of Jake the Snake and his struggles with alcoholism. Like, that was an eye opener to me. That was Beyond the Mat might be my welcoming into the world of kayfabe and professional wrestling in a real way. Because before I saw that documentary, I was kind of just watching as a casual fan. But once I rented, it was my mom, bro. My mom rented Beyond the Mat for me from Blockbuster because she just thought it was like a wrestling show. So I watched it. Next thing I know, it was like, yo, I'm a smart fan now. I know all the ins and outs. I know what's going on backstage.
All the ins and outs, man.
Like, I know how matches are put together, how gimmicks are put together. So shout out to my moms for renting Beyond the Mat from Blockbuster and putting me into this kayfabe world of professional wrestling.
So you, Jake the Snake was really in alcohol, man.
Yeah, he was.
He said he wrestled better when you drunk. That's crazy.
Jeez. Right. And shout out to Terry Funk too. Terry Funk is another guy that could have made our list. I'm sure he didn't, but he could cut an emotional promo. That man will have you sobbing out there. Terry Funk was insane. But yeah, brother. So my number 2. Yeah, this is I could have put him number 1, but I got him at number 2 because I think he is the most slept on professional wrestler ever when it comes to promos. He can make you feel any emotion. He can make you cry. He can make you sad. He can make you laugh. He has very iconic promos. The Kane Dewey promo in ECW was iconic. The Mankind and Cactus Jack promo was iconic. He would switch on a dime. Of course, I'm talking about Mick goddamn Foley. Mick Foley is my number 2. Mick Foley is my number 2. Have a nice day.
Sheesh.
That Kane Dewey promo was so insane, bro. Man was talking about Kane and his son. And he would be talking like this on the mic. And he would just be kind of crying and kind of talking slow. And then he would just snap and yell at you because he's Mick Foley and he's sick in the head. Love Mick Foley.
He just reminded me of a family member that's just a psychopath. So I get it. I understand. I snub Mick, man. Gotta love Mick.
How you snub Mick?
Yeah.
How you snub Mick?
Well, I'll show you why. These next 2. I'll show you why. So, man, this was tough for me. Like my 1 and 2 is interchangeable for me, but number 2, I'm gonna go to Ric Flair, man. You can't have I'm not mad at list without Ric Flair,
the Nature Boy.
The Nature Boy, one of the greatest talkers on the mic of all time. He make you feel that excitement when it comes to promos. I don't remember because I was like a baby, but when I got a little older and I went back, 1992, post promo Royal Rumble, with a tear in my eye. I want to jump. I want to party. Woo! He was lit, bro. He was lit. I love that dude, man. Number 2, man, greatest talkers of all time.
Damn, you know what?
Going on Space Mountain.
Yeah. Damn, I snubbed the hell out of Ric Flair.
What?
I snubbed the hell out of Ric Flair.
Bro,
because Ric Flair could definitely... Okay, Ric Flair is probably going to make this official list, but I didn't have him on my list only because he's Ric Flair and, he's involved in too many extracurricular activities for me to really take Ric Flair serious. But, when Ric Flair was on, when he was the Nature Boy and he was wearing the robes and he had to blow out the big white hair, that man was insane. And his promos was insane. So, shout out to Ric Flair. But, number 1, okay.
We might have the same number 1.
We might have the same number 1. He's not necessarily an active professional wrestler. But if we're talking about promos and being a great talker, I think this year's Hall of Fame promo sealed it. Paul Heyman is the number 1 talker
yes, sir.
In professional wrestling history. Paul Heyman can talk his way out of anything. Paul Heyman is like Better Call Saul on steroids. This man, you can put him anywhere in the world and he'll talk his way out of any situation. He can sell water to a well. He can sell anything. Paul Heyman is... that Hall of Fame speech was insane. He had me hanging on to every word that he said. Fact. And then he told us all to go suck a fat one. It was crazy. How can it not be Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman has to be number 1.
Paul Heyman, number 1, man. It's undisputed.
Yeah, he's your number 1 too?
Yes, number 1.
Now we talking.
The only time you WWE champion for years because Triple H didn't want to work on Tuesdays.
Oh.
I love that promo, bro. JBL.
Oh my God, was that the ECW One Night Stand?
ECW One Night Stand 2005. I love that.
JBL was hot. JBL's face. He was hot. He was like, what?
Paul Heyman, bro.
And then that recent promo we had, well, not recent, but it was last year. The promo he had leading up to Rhodey versus Coleman 1, when him and Cody were talking about Dusty Rhodes and how Paul Heyman gave him a job in ECW towards the end. Like that promo.
Yeah.
I almost cried, dog. And I don't really cry watching like movies and TV shows and nothing like that. Like I'm a grown ass man, you feel me? But
look at this alpha guy here. Look at this alpha guy here. Y'all see him? I'm gonna shed a tear.
I ain't saying all that, but like the story he gave, man, that was a beautiful, heartfelt story where he pretty much said that, Dusty Rhodes was down on his luck and he called him to borrow some money or something. And he's like, nah, just come work. And he kind of reinvigorated Dusty Rhodes' career because Dusty Rhodes had that feud with Steve Corino and it was great. Next thing you know, Dusty Rhodes was back on the map and he was able to make money. So Shout out to Paul Heyman, man. Paul Heyman is definitely my number one talker in wrestling history, for sure.
Sure.
All right, so now it's time to determine what this actual top 5 is going to look like, because you didn't have Cena on your list. I didn't have Scott Hall on mine. I didn't have CM Punk on mine. And these are all guys that could make it. I didn't have Ric Flair on mine.
Whew,
you didn't have Foley on yours.
Yeah.
Who are we snubbing, first of all? Who is definitely getting snubbed? I'm going to say Scott Hall. I would say Scott Hall.
Scott Hall can get snubbed.
Because as great as Scott Hall is, his promos weren't touching the other guys I mentioned. You think we can snub Foley? Damn.
Because
Punk over Foley. I'll put Punk over Foley. I'm cool with that.
We gotta keep Ric Flair.
Yeah.
We just have to keep Ric Flair.
It's insane to have a best talker list and not have Ric Flair on it. You ain't even got credibility if Ric Flair ain't on the top 5. So we gotta put.
So number 1 we got. Wait, so number
1 is definitely Paul Heyman. That's not changing.
Number 1 is Paul Heyman.
Number 5, who should we give to number 5?
Number 5,
Ric Flair, or should he be higher? Punk. Okay, out of Punk and Ric Flair, who would you say ranks higher? Punk or Ric Flair? I'm gonna probably say Ric Flair. I don't think that's easy.
Punk could be number 5. Punk could be 5.
I'm cool with putting Punk at 5. So Punk is our number 5.
Punk is 5. 4 can be Flair.
Number 3, I'm cool with Punk at Flair. I'm cool with Flair at 4, but that means number
Flair?
3. Yeah, I mean, bro, Ric Flair. It's tough. I understand why some people would say Ric Flair over The Rock, and I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. But at the same time, I feel like The Rock promos have meant more to me than what a Ric Flair promo has. Like The Rock being out there as Hollywood Rock or the tribal chief Rocket and calling people crackhead. Like, come on, man, ain't nobody touching that. Like, that was crazy. And we haven't even seen the end of The Rock.
Final boss,
like, The Rock is gonna be back next year, and he gonna be doing the same shit again. And we gonna all be hanging on to every word that The Rock says. So yeah, The Rock over.
So
The Rock over
5
Flair.
is Punk, 4 is Ric Flair.
Yes, sir.
Rock is number 3.
Yes, sir. That number 2 spot about to be a scrap daddy. It's about to be a scrap daddy. Oh, you cool with Cena?
I mean, who else we got left? Because I only have.
Austin. Because you had Austin. Ooh. Oh shit! Yeah. Ooh. Matter of fact, we might have to leave. Ooh. Okay, so here's the thing. Austin meant way too much to wrestling to leave off. So Austin has to go on the list. I'm sorry, but he does.
To, man.
And
that promo started on both of our lists.
Right, and he was on both of our lists. I only had Cena. You didn't have Cena. So I'm okay with... Damn.
Snub and Marky.
So here's the thing. I think the real conversation here is between The Rock and John Cena. Who makes the list and who doesn't? It has to be one or the other. Because when John Cena and when John Cena and The Rock were going at it, Cena cooked The Rock. We all agree. Cena was cooking The Rock on a weekly basis. So because of that, like, it's almost like we gotta boot The Rock off the list and replace him with Cena.
Yeah, Cena cooked Rock, bro. I felt embarrassed, and I'm not even The Rock. I felt embarrassed for The Rock. I'm like, damn.
Right.
Yeah. So Cena can be number 3.
All right, so we swapping out The Rock with Cena. Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and number 1, Paul Heyman. So the question was, who's gonna get snubbed? It was The Rock.
The Rock got snubbed, buddy. Yes, he did.
Hey, but you know, it is what it is. Like I said, versatility played a lot in my list, and The Rock ain't the most versatile promo. John Cena's way more versatile than The Rock. I would say Ric Flair might be more versatile than The Rock.
I don't think I've ever heard a sad promo from The Rock. I don't know if he was.
I don't think The Rock can do that. That's why he does all these weak ass Fast and Furious type movies, because he can't really tap into that emotional side. He ain't got it in him.
Yeah.
Apparently he's trying with some MMA movie, so we'll see how that goes. But
A24.
Until then, it seemed like Batista got more emotional chops than The Rock. I don't know.
Uh-oh. We gonna see.
All right. But anyway, I want to hear from the people at home. What is your top 5 talkers in wrestling history? Let us know. Did we get this right? Did we get this wrong? You got a problem with our list? Do you want to come get these hands over this list? Let us know in the comments below. Cooley, before we get out of here, heard through the grapevine that you wanted to bring Black Wrestler of the Week back because you wanted to say some words about one of our brothers.
I do.
So, who did you want to give Black Wrestler of the Week?
Let me check my Palm Pilot.
Let me check my Palm Pilot.
Odyssey Jones. Odyssey Jones, man.
Big Odyssey. So why did Odyssey Jones deserve Black Wrestler of the Week to you? Because I was like, I don't know, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins kind of did their thing. I'm like, yo, Swerve Strickland and AEW doing this thing. So why did Odyssey Jones, out of all the Black wrestlers, deserve Black Wrestler of the Week?
It's because the thing is, Swerve and Montez, they've been doing their thing, so they can be Black Wrestler of the Month of the year. You know what I'm saying? We don't see Odyssey Jones, and he finally got his shot after sitting on a roster for like 4 years eating Cheetos and pickles. Got drafted to Raw a year and a half ago and hasn't done anything, and he finally got his shot, and he really made his shot well worth it. The Black Hole Slam, I'm guessing Abyss gave to him. I don't know, but that's fire.
Right. I love how every wrestler's doing that move now. Like, I see you, Abyss.
Double sidewalk slam, fire. The only thing that's bittersweet about this all is Triple H is definitely alluding to a New Day breakup, and that's just depressing. Like, bro, we couldn't go another way about this, but Triple H got to separate the black guys.
Come on,
no,
bro.
I'm kidding.
Prison warden age. We never beating them allegations, dog.
Don't get on me comments. Don't get. I'm kidding. But
we are never beating them allegations. But
yeah,
you know what?
He's doing his thing, man. The crowd loves him. I believe he's gonna be on Raw tomorrow, and we're gonna see more of him. But I'm excited for what he got to show us. Yeah,
he might have got announced for a match. I'm not sure against who though, but I think he got announced for a match. But yeah, shout out to Odyssey Jones, man. So the thing is, Odyssey Jones had to sit on the sideline for 4 long ass years, like Cooley said. Now, a lot of wrestlers would not have taken that type of treatment lightly. We would have saw a lot of guys go to Twitter and complain. A lot of guys ask for their release. A lot of guys just try to get out of their contract or out of the situation. So the fact that Odyssey Jones stood patient and waited his turn, and now he's making the most of getting handed that ball, it's super ill. So I got to agree with you. Shout out to Odyssey Jones. He is our Black Wrestler of the Week over here on Wrestling with the Homie. So shout out to you, Odyssey Jones.
Yes, sir.
Big ass. That's a big ass dude.
He is.
That is a big ass dude. I don't like that he's replacing Big E, kind of. We don't know yet because it hasn't been official, but they're kind of alluding to that. Hopefully that's not the case, but if it is, hey, apparently Big E's not coming back anytime soon. So
yeah, he's
at some point they got to do something.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, shout out to Odyssey Jones, man. He's doing his thing. And shout out to Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods for still doing their thing. They've been at this for a long time now, bro. Long ass time. I remember when Xavier Woods was wrestling in TNA as Consequences Creed, and he was teaming with R-Truth. A lot of people probably don't remember that, but I'm a sick man in my head, so I do remember it. So shout out to Xavier Woods, aka Consequences Creed, aka Austin Creed, man. Legend. He an all-star. He an all-star in this.
He's an all-star.
He's an all-star, like the homie Prim be saying. He's an all-star. That's why I wanted to get on this podcast. I want to get Prem on this podcast.
Prem, man.
I know he watches wrestling, and he's a.
We saw him at Wale Mania.
Yeah, I was like, yo,
that was random. That was random.
Like,
hey,
Cooley, is that Prem? Cooley turned around like, hey, that is Prem. The hell is Prem's Hood Cinema doing at Wale Mania? Watching Daniel Garcia on stage rap the lyrics to Jay-Z. Like, what?
What a time!
Crazy times.
Yeah.
Man. But before we get out of here, Cooley, I did want to touch on something that I saw this morning on Twitter. Did you see AAA had a Triple Mania?
I believe Nick Nemeth was there.
Yes,
right?
bro.
Yeah, and he lost to.
He lost to Alberto, right?
Yeah.
What is going on in AAA? So I was watching the highlights and I saw Nick Nemeth came out with JBL, and I was just like, wait, what? What is JBL doing in AAA? And then apparently Alberto El Patron, aka Alberto Del Rio, is champion again. I saw Mark Jindrak made an appearance. Shout out to Mark Jindrak. Apparently he's a legend down there in Mexico. He's like the Stephon Marbury of wrestling. Because he might not be shit in the States, but down there in Mexico, that boy Mark Jindrak is the man.
Yeah.
And then I also saw Jinder Mahal won tag team titles with like Sidnam Singh or somebody. It's like,
yeah, what? I don't. That was like the most random thing I saw in my time. I'm like, what is going on in AAA?
I'm like, why did I not watch this show? I might have to run that back or go spin that because I want to see what's going on in AAA. And then I also saw GCW had a show here last night. We should have went.
Oh, I had too much to do. Tell me, yeah, you did.
I had too much to do, so I couldn't pop out. But I saw our boy Sidney Akeem was on that show. Reggie, so shout out to him. Shout out to Reggie him, doing his double backflip RKOs. I don't know if he won. I don't know if he lost. I'll look into it. But shout out to Reggie, man. But anyway, you got anything you want to get off your chest before we sign off on this beautiful Sunday?
Go, mommy.
Come on, man.
Go, mommy and Priest. Let's go. Terra Twins. Let's go.
End this goddamn feud now. Let's go back to Rhea versus Liv. That's all we want to see. We don't want to see mixed tag team matches. We don't want to see Damian Priest and Rhea versus Dominic and Liv. We don't want none of that. Just give us Liv versus Rhea. Get all of that out of here and give us Priest versus Finn. Stop going on side quests.
You know why we can't get Rhea versus Liv? Because
why?
It's like Big Show versus Rey Mysterio. Like, who you think gonna win? The bigger person.
Boo. You know, Rey Mysterio can pull it off. He can beat Big Show. Why not?
I don't know.
It's wrestling is not real. It's scripted. It's scripted.
Clean.
Hey, I've seen UFC fights where small dudes have knocked out big ass dudes. It happens in real life. So hey.
Only person I got Big Show was Floyd Mayweather.
And on that note, we getting out of here. This is Wrestling with the Homies. We are signing off. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And until next time, this is Wrestling with the Homies. Peace.
Peace.
Yes, sir.